Hello delegates, congratulations on your successful applications. By now, you should all be in your committee's WhatsApp group chats. In these group chats, you'll be expected to form groups using the delegation groups spreadsheet which will be shared with you, and you must collaboratively create a resolution with your group using Google Docs. Note that each group should have a maximum of 13 members and a minimum of 11. Your chairs will be there to assist with group making should you need it, and it's important that delegates work on their final resolution and have it submitted by June 4th. This must be emailed to the head chair of your committee. We highly encourage everyone to contribute equally whilst making the resolution, and notify your chairs if this isn't the case. Also, your group must choose a main submitter. Keep in mind that it is mandatory that most of your resolution is completed. We encourage you to finish as much as you can. The minimum requirement for your submission on June 4th is 6 preambulatory clauses and 6 operative clauses. Know that failure to submit a resolution by the deadline within a timely manner can result in the disqualification of your group. But don't worry, you'll be given some lobbying time during the conference to finalize your resolution, and you can continue to make edits to your resolution even after it's been submitted. Now this video is dedicated to explain to you in depth on how we will use Discord to implement the conference procedure. Firstly, it's worth noting for those of you who don't know that Discord is a reliable, safe, and free-to-use communication software that you can easily download off their website at discord.com. And the registration process is simple, requiring you to enter your email, username, and password. This is our QMUN Discord server. The left tab of the server contains all of its voice and text channels. Voice channels, or VCs for short, are essentially virtual rooms where people can communicate by speech, and you can connect to them by simply clicking on them, and disconnect by pressing the disconnect button on the bottom left corner of the screen. Whereas text channels, or TCs for short, are different chats that use text messages for communication. And you may have noticed that the center window of your screen will always be displaying a text channel. At the moment, I am viewing the news text channel, which I will talk about later. Some text channels will be used to display important messages and information to you delegates, whereas others involve your input and communication. As I will soon run through the conference procedure, I'll explain the purpose of the server's different voice and text channels. On the right tab of the server is the members list, where every member of the server can be found, including chairs, tech support, and you delegates once you join the server on the 4th of June. You may have noticed that the members are color-coded and classified into categories. This brings us to another basic Discord function known as roles. When given to the respective members, roles determine what permissions and capabilities the members have in the server. Just to demonstrate an example of how this can be useful, delegates with the Security Council delegate role can only view the Security Council text channel. And just to add on, the color codes are indicative of the roles these members have. For example, GA4 chairs share dark green names. Now we'll go through the chronological stages of the conference procedure and explain the purpose of the server's different voice and text channels. To start off, in the information/discussion section, we have the news text channel where updates and other important information could be sent prior to or during the conference, and where instructions of your whereabouts will be given by chairs. As for the info text channel, once it's updated, it will contain all the essential information that you need to know once you join the server, such as the schedule and timings of the conference, important reminders about the server, and a brief guide to being an MUN delegate. As for the general discussions channel, this is where you can freely chat and discuss anything outside of debating time, as long as it follows our guidelines of appropriate and non-malicious language or links. Once you join the Discord server on the 4th of June, the day before the conference, the first thing you need to do is change your nickname using the Change Nickname option, which you can do by right-clicking your name on the member list of the server on the right, and then writing your nickname using the following template, with the committee in brackets followed by the country delegation. This is an example of a delegate of Sudan who's in the GA4 committee. Once you've set your nickname on the 4th of June, make sure you select your assigned committee role in the Get Roles text channel under the Information/Discussion section. Using the emojis labeled in the key below, you can simply react on the first message of this text channel by clicking on the appropriate emoji in order to automatically receive your committee role. Since the server automatically prevents you from picking another role once chosen, any mistakes in role picking must be made aware to chairs by direct messaging. You can DM your chairs by right-clicking their name in the voice channel or in the server member list and click Message. Alternatively, you can directly message the tech support members to fix any mistakes you made or issues that you have in nicknaming or role picking. We'll talk about the tech support system in detail later on in this video. What's nice about Discord is that its layout allows you to easily access the correct channels at the appropriate times. At the start of the conference, all delegates will head to the opening ceremony voice channel for 30 minutes, where we will talk to you about the conference, introduce our guest speakers, and hopefully entertain you guys. After the opening ceremony, you'll return to your designated committee voice channels in the committee's VC section for roll call. These voice channels are also where you will debate resolutions during the conference. During the roll call, it is required that you remain silent by muting yourself, or else you may have to be server muted by chairs during this process. Once you're called upon, simply unmute yourself and say present or present in voting based on your choice. Please ensure you've tested your mics prior to joining so that there aren't any issues during the conference. To do this, you can go to User Settings, Voice and Video under App Settings, and perform the mic check. You should be able to hear your own voice being played back during the mic check, or else there's likely a problem with your mic. After roll call, the chairs will spend 20 minutes introducing themselves and allowing you all to have a chance to talk about yourselves with icebreakers. Next, opening speeches will be entertained for 20 minutes so you can express your delegation's views on an issue of your committees. In order to be selected for an opening speech, type the letter O in your committee text channel once your chairs ask you to, and you'll be chosen based on the order of your message. Here's an example to demonstrate this.
Will the House come to order? We will now be entertaining opening speeches. If there are any in the House, please enter O in the text channel now. The delegate of Egypt, Germany, and Sudan, you have been recognized in that order.
Please refrain from spamming the text channels as chairs have the ability to mute or kick you if need be. Profanity is also prohibited and will result in the server bot muting you and subsequently kicking you after 3 mutes. After opening speeches, you'll be given your last opportunity to finalize your resolutions in your delegation groups. This will only last for 30 minutes. Lobbying will be carried out in the voice and text channels under the delegation groups sections. After lobbying, the first group will have their resolution debated. This will take place in the committee voice channels. The main submitter will have the choice to turn on their video, and while this is optional, we do recommend it strongly. A link to the Google Doc containing the resolution being debated will be shared on the committee text channel for everyone to view. The House will be given 5 minutes of reading time, and then the main submitter will come present the resolution. Once the main submitter has presented, they can take points of information, also known as POIs, and I will explain how in a bit. After POIs, main submitters can yield the floor either back to the chair or to another delegate. If they yield to another delegate,
the delegate of Germany would like to yield the floor to the delegate of Egypt.
Then the delegate will present a speech regarding the resolution. They can also take POIs after, but they must yield to the chair afterwards.
Will the delegate of Egypt yield the floor back to the chair?
So yielded.
Once the chairs ask for POIs, you can send the message of the letter P in your committee's text channel, and you will be selected to present your POI based on the order of the messages. Here's an example to demonstrate this selection process.
Is the delegate of Switzerland open to any points of information?
The delegate is open to 2 points of information.
The delegate of Switzerland has opened themselves to 2 points of information. If there are any in the house, please type the letter P in the chat now. The delegates Germany and Egypt, you are recognized in that order.
As soon as the POIs are finished, the House will entertain open debate, where for and against speeches regarding the resolution will be entertained. To be chosen to present one, simply type the letter S in your committee's text channel once asked to, and again, you'll be picked based on the order of your messages. And just to remind you, opening speeches share the same selection system as POIs and regular for or against speeches, all involving typing a letter in the committee text channels once asked to by your chairs. To recap, the letter for opening speeches is O, for POIs it's P, and for regular speeches for or against the resolution, the letter S. If you guys have any points of personal privilege, you can simply unmute yourselves and state it.
The nuclear weapons zone in the Middle East was first proposed in the United Nations General Assembly in
Point of personal privilege?
Can the delegate of Egypt please state their point?
The delegate of Switzerland's voice is not clear enough.
May the delegate of Switzerland please repeat their statement in a more clear manner.
A nuclear weapon-free zone in the Middle East was first proposed in the United Nations General Assembly.
If you wish to submit any amendments during debating time, you can write the amendment down in a Google Doc and directly message the doc's shareable link to the deputy chair responsible for amendments. This chair will be made known to you at the start of the debating process of a resolution. The House can view the amendment proposal by viewing the Google Doc containing the original resolution. The chairs will direct you to where the amendments have been made on the Google Doc for you to view yourself, and the proposed changes will be colored. When it comes to voting for amendments and resolutions, we will use this message template in the committee's text channels, where you submit your vote by clicking on the color reactions below the message. Green represents for, red represents against, and white is for abstention. Please make sure you select only one of the colors. Once the first resolution has been debated and voted on, we will have a short break and then resume debating the others. And finally, for those of you who will face any technical issues during the conference, whether it be mic-related, audibility, or server functionality, we have set up a technical support system to help solve those issues. The way the system works is as follows. If you are having tech issues, you can join the waiting room voice channel under the tech support channel category. The idle tech support staff will be notified of your connection to the room and will proceed to move you to one of the tech support room VCs, where you can consult them about your issue.
Hey, how can I help you?
If your issue happens to be mic-related and you have trouble with conveying your issue to them through speech, you can directly message your tech support consultant after being moved to one of the rooms.
Alright, just click on the settings icon on the bottom left and head over to voice and video.
It is highly recommended that you consult tech support only when you're free in the debating process. If you're having any mic or speech issues at times when your involvement is critical to the debate, the chairs will give you a priority speaker role, which will allow you to temporarily use your committee text channel to communicate in the debate. That being said, please read through the tech support info text channel once you join the server on the 4th of June for a variety of potential fixes to issues you may face during the conference. And needless to say, make sure you test your devices before the conference to avoid disruptions. That will be all for this video tutorial. I hope you guys are staying safe during self-isolation, and we look forward to seeing you debate during the conference.